Hello, everybody. Welcome to our media availability with Derrick Tangelo. As always, we use the raise hand feature, and we will reach out to you guys with questions as we sort through. And we can start with Rich Garcella.
Thanks, Nick. Good morning, Derrick. How are you today?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm sure you've answered this more than once, but for my benefit, why did you leave Duke, and why did you choose to come to Penn State?
Penn State's always been a dream school of mine. Coming out of high school, I felt like leaving Duke would give me more exposure. I just felt like I needed a fresh start. I feel like I had a great time at Duke, and I accomplished a lot of things, but I felt like there was more for me to do. So I just wanted a fresh start.
We'll go to Maxwell Ralph next.
Hey, Derrick, thanks for your time. You know, it's been a hot topic of discussion this week for good reason, but can you kind of take me through that chase down tackle on Hunter on Saturday? What was going through your mind during that?
So it's funny you say that, because those type of plays that we make as a defense in practice all the time. Like, our coaches really preach running to the ball, effort. They really preach playing with effort. So on the play, they hiked the ball. The guard tried to cut me. I defeated the cut block, and I noticed that the running back bounced outside. So I was just doing what I was taught. I was just chasing the ball down, and then I seen him hurdle Joey, and then I was like, all right, I got to get on my horse. Just keep getting to the ball, and then ultimately I made the tackle.
Greg Pickle next. Mark Brennan, you're on deck.
Hey, Derrick, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Derrick, in what ways in your mind has the defense really, exceeded expectations maybe, or what kind of things have impressed you on tape about how you guys have played through 3 weeks when you've gone back and watched it?
I wouldn't really say that we exceeded our expectation, because I feel like we have a standard in our room. Everybody wants to be accountable. Everybody's going to hold each other accountable. We just want to play hard. So I feel like we've been doing what we've been saying that we wanted to do, like, throughout summer training, winter training, and fall camp. We always want to play. We're a group that's going to play hard. We want to make people earn it. We don't really want to give anybody anything. So I just feel like we're not really exceeding expectations. We're really just doing what we set out to do.
Go to Mark Brennan. Daniel Gallen, you're on deck.
Derrick, what was it about Penn State back in the day that was so appealing to you before the transfer, back when you were going to Duke? And how seriously did Penn State recruit you back then? Thank you.
Penn State was always a dream of mine. I went to the Bullis School in Potomac, Maryland, and I was fortunate enough to see two of my older classmates go to Penn State, John Holland and Cameron Brown. So I kind of always looked up to them, always they always gave me advice. I had a lot of respect for them. So that's what drew me to the program. And then just seeing the environment, meeting Coach Franklin when I was a young high school, up and coming player, the advice, all of that stuff, it really led me to want to come and want to be a part of Penn State. But I didn't get the second part of your question. Can you ask that second part again?
Yeah, how seriously did Penn State recruit you back then? Was it a serious option for you, or did they come after you at all?
No, sir. I really only had interest from mostly ACC schools.
Go to Daniel Gallen next.
All that being said, Derrick, what's it like to, finally actually be at Penn State now, playing in the whiteout and kind of, making it to the school that you referred to as a dream school?
It's kind of surreal. Like, I'm kind of always talking about it with my teammates. Like, sometimes I don't even believe it. Like, sometimes I look at the Nittany Lion and I'll be like, dang, I'm really here. Or sometimes I walk on campus, just like when I visited when I was in high school, and be like I really am going to class, like at Penn State. So playing in the whiteout, that was probably one of the most realest moments in my life, because, I've been dreaming about it ever since I was a young kid. And I'm not gonna lie, we ran out and I was about to pass out, because I was like, dang, I'm really here. Like, it really felt like I was in a movie. And then you just snap back into the scene where you're like, all right, you got to play. So it was just a surreal moment for me. I'll never forget it.
Go to Andrew Destin next. Frank Bodani, you're on deck.
Derrick, you through these first few games, what do you think you've been able to provide to the defense in particular? How does your skill set kind of help that defensive line? Thank you.
I mean, I feel like I'm good at doing my job. You know, whatever the coach asked me to do, I feel like I just got to be physical. You know, I just got to play fast and just have fun. You know, the D line we're a veteran group. You know, so we've played a lot of football, like individually, but also collectively. So it's just like being able to like talk to people who've been in a certain situations or the same situations as you. It's really like helped my play style increase.
Frank Bodani.
Yeah, Derrick. Tell me about your nickname, how you got it, how you like it, and describe your personality a little bit. What's it been like to fit in with these guys as a senior? How outgoing are you, actually?
Well, it's funny you asked that because I've been getting called Congo since I was like in 8th grade. I started playing football in 8th grade. And when I made my first play, I don't know why, but for some reason I beat my chest. So they were like, okay, like King of the Congo, you know? So like we kind of ran with that for a little bit. And then my coaches just started calling me Congo. So every time somebody would introduce me, they would just say, oh, this is Congo, this is Congo, this is Congo. So from 8th grade to even today, I just get introduced as Congo. Like it's to a point where my parents even call me Congo, you know? So that's funny. But I'm just the guy that likes to have fun, you know? Like I enjoy playing football, you know, I enjoy going to the facility. I enjoy being with the team. I enjoy being with all the coaches. So my personality is just like natural, you know? I just like to crack jokes, you know? I like to keep everybody in good spirits. You know, sometimes practice can get hard, you know, sometimes the season is long. So I definitely feel like I'm more of like an energy starter and a sparker. But it hasn't really been hard, you know, coming to a new team because the guys been so welcoming. You know, the guys just like to get to work, but they like to have fun while they're doing the work. So it's really all just a good time all in a day's work.
We'll go back to Rich Scarcella.
Derrick, Coach Franklin talked yesterday about your adjustment to conditioning at the conditioning program at Penn State. How would you describe your adjustment, and where are you now compared to where you were in January, especially with your weight?
Yeah, it took me a while, you know, just to learn the philosophies and really understand like how to succeed here from a conditioning standpoint. You know, it's actually funny. I used to come to speed training, and I'm like, dang, like at Duke, that's only what the DBs did, or like, you know, that's what the linebackers would do. But now we work on everything. So just getting used to doing more, you know, trying more, doing more activity that I wasn't used to doing. I feel like that helped me. You know, our weight program is very, very good. You know, it makes you uncomfortable, but it makes you learn through your uncomfortability. You know, so basically just learning how to be uncomfortable and learning how to still function was just the biggest difference I see in myself from now than January.
Go back to Greg Pickle.
Derrick, sorry, I'm having trouble with my mute here. Hang on. All right, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
This team seems to be able to respond to any kind of situation with confidence. Is that a fair assessment, do you think? And if so, what has instilled that? Why is that the case through 3 weeks?
I definitely feel like that's the case. And I feel like it goes back to our brotherhood. It goes back to our camaraderie. Like up and down the sideline, we always saying, oh, we got your back, you know, like we always got each other's back. So like whether it's the offense coming up to the defense, saying we got your back, we're gonna get points on the board for y'all, or it's the defense coming up to the offense being like, we got your back, we're gonna get you the ball back, you know. It's just what we've been doing. It's just like the camaraderie we built, it's the brotherhood that we built. So I just feel like when things get tough, we just get tighter. Pause.
We'll go to Mark Brennan next.
Derrick, when you said when you were going out on the field, it was like a movie. Which game were you talking about? I just wanted to be clear on that. And then at what point did that kind of disappear, and then you kind of just zone into game mode?
To be honest, I can really say every game since I've been here. Opened up at Wisconsin, I was a hostile environment. I was probably like the biggest crowd I've played in a while, so I could say that. But also my first game in Beaver Stadium. That was an experience as well. And then the whiteout. So I would say all of them. But I would say after I do my prayer, after we run out and I do my prayer, then I'm just like, okay, I'm settled in. I'm taking everything in, and then it's just time to play.
We'll go back to Andrew Destin.
Derrick, you mentioned how that defensive line is a lot of veteran guys, both you and AK transfers coming into the program. Were there any growing pains with kind of getting used to how things work on the defensive line, or could you, expand on that, I guess?
I wouldn't necessarily say there was growing pains. I would just say that like we had to figure out each other and like each other's play style, so that we could figure out how to best complement each other. I'm used to playing with. I played with Chris Rumph and Victor DiMukasey for like all 4 years of my college experience up until that point. So, just getting used to like playing with new people, building the same chemistry, that's really what we had to get over. We really had to get over knowing each other, like what I'm saying, getting to know each other, becoming brothers and stuff like that. So that's what I would say is the growing pains were.
Go back to Daniel Gallen. Max Ralph, you're on deck.
Derrick, when you were in the transfer portal, what was that process like? And when did Penn State reach out to you? And how did you actually end up here at Penn State?
It was a tough decision. I really love like my teammates at Duke. I love Duke in general. Being there for 4 years, but I just felt like I needed to change. So when I hit the portal, it was actually interesting. I didn't really get a lot of buzz at first, and then as soon as I saw Penn State, I was like, "Yeah, I'm talking to Penn State. Talk Penn State." And then the conversations just advanced. They just advanced, and everything. We were kind of saying what each other wanted to hear. As far as like, oh, I can get there. I would have to graduate and do all this other stuff. So really, once Penn State came into the picture, I really just tried to focus on Penn State.
Sorry, guys. Max Ralph, then Frank Bodani.
Derrick, we've talked a lot about transfers, but you're one of a number of transfers who have come into Penn State this year and made an instant impact. Is there a sense of pride to be a part of a group that's come in new and made an impact like that?
I wouldn't really say a sense of pride. I would just say it's the confidence that the coaches and my teammates have built in me. We really support each other here. We really want to see everybody advance. So just coming in, adapting to that type of support, just knowing that they were going to depend on me and like they wanted to see me do good. It was really just motivating to prove them right.
Go Frank Bodani. We'll go back to Rich Garcella.
Hey, Derrick, now that you've played 3 games, how settled in do you feel? How much more is in the tank? How much haven't we seen yet of you, contributing? Like, what's your view on that going forward?
I would say I'm pretty settled in.
Mm-hmm.
Getting used to Big Ten football. I've played a lot of football in my career, so I would say I'm definitely settled in now. As far as like me contributing, I'm just gonna keep doing what my coach asked me to do. I'm really just focused on getting better every week. Making another step every week. So, my coach always says that when you run to the ball and you play with great effort, the plays come to you. So I've just been buying into that. Trying to make more effort plays. Continue my effort chasing the ball. Doing that. So yeah, I feel like if I keep doing that, then more things are going to happen.
Rich Garcella.
Derrick, how has PJ Mustipher helped you? How have you helped him? And how well do you think he's playing?
PJ, man, that's my dog, man. Like, PJ, I thank PJ a lot. You know, just coming in, you know, working next to him, like seeing how he works, seeing all the work that he does after practice, before practice. You know, just talking to him about what we want to be as a defense and how do we get there. You know, it's really motivated me to be the best version of myself every day. You know what I'm saying? When you got somebody that's going to go to war with you like that, when you got somebody you can depend on like that, you know, it's inspiring, you know, and he's a real leader, you know. Sometimes he sees me with no energy at practice and he'll be like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? We need to pick it up. You know what I'm saying? Like when he sees the defense, we struggling, he's the one that's like, yo, let's pick it up. Let's bring it all together. So he's really like the glue. So I feel like he's helped me a lot and just keeping me focused.
We have time for a couple more. We'll go to Greg Pickle and then Mark Brennan.
Derrick, when you had the opportunity to go ones-on-ones during training camp, what impressed you about Eric Wilson and what have you learned about him as his role has grown on this team?
You know, me and Eric Wilson, we kind of have like, I wouldn't say similar backgrounds because, you know, Harvard's an Ivy League and Duke is, you know, just a really good school. So, you know, just being with Eric, I can definitely say he's grown a lot, like more in confidence. You know, he came in, he's a veteran guy just like him. He's played a lot of football. So I would just say like it was all a confidence thing for Eric. Like now he's settled in, now he's playing with confidence. So I feel like everything that he wants is coming to him.
And last question to Mark Brennan.
Derrick, did you say you graduated from Duke? If so, what was the degree and what are your goals kind of outside of football once that part of your life is complete? Thanks.
Yes, sir. I graduated from Duke with a degree in sociology and I got a minor in cultural anthropology. I'm really interested in after football, like becoming a sportscaster or a broadcaster. You know, I feel like my favorite player is Shaq, or my favorite NBA player is Shaq. So, you know, following him, how he transferred from the NBA to like being on, you know, TNT and stuff like that, I really feel like I could see myself doing similar things like that.
All right. Thanks, Congo. Thanks everyone for joining us.